Colleen McCrory comes from a family of 9 children, and she comes from a life of growing up in the Valhalla Mountains in the lower inland area of British Columbia. Here places have names like Arrow Lakes, Kokanee, White Grizzly, Slocum Valley. I was raised on deer meat and macaroni, she says. It hasn't been an easy life for her. She was a high school dropout. As a single mother, she brought up 3 children and supported them by running a small general store. And life didn't get any easier for her when she became intensely involved in the conservation movement. Awakened by friends and helped by her brother Wayne's research, she realized that the logging and mining where she lived was beginning to threaten the Valhalla Mountains themselves. Unfortunately, by her own admission, she was somewhat naive. In putting together the Valhalla Wilderness Society in 1975 to get a provincial park approved, she recalls, "I thought all I had to do was tell them how nice it all was and they'd give us our park." It took 8 hard years of organizing, lobbying, and campaigning to see a wilderness provincial park finally established, 120,000 acres, a victory. But it left her exhausted and badly in debt. But she couldn't stop because of everything she had now learned about the forests of British Columbia. This temperate rainforest was being cut at a rate of over 600,000 acres a year, more than the United States cuts in all its national forests put together, and 90% was by clear cutting. So there was still much work Colleen McCrory knew she had to do. She carried on a passionate fight to protect the forests and the Haida Indians of the Queen Charlotte Islands, co-founding the National Save South Moresby Committee. It wasn't long before she and her supporters were the target of the Redneck News, a local pro-logging newspaper. A smear campaign began with threats on her life. She lost her store. But Colleen McCrory had a vision. She wrote, spoke, protested, campaigned, lobbied, and in 1987, the South Moresby National Park Reserve became a reality. Colleen McCrory went on to become coordinator of the British Columbia Environmental Network, traveling all over Canada and uncovering the country's plans to double the logging, particularly in the boreal forests that stretch across most of northern Canada. Colleen McCrory has learned to hold her own with anyone: government, business, labor, politicians, the media, even Canada's own TV inquisitors.
I'm concerned about the 85 jobs in Lyle Island being unnecessarily closed because of your skill at professional manipulation.
I don't think that's true. I think that people all over Canada are saying we need our last and best wilderness areas preserved. Lyle Island is a part of that.
Do you know how much the unemployment rate is?
Inspired by her love of the land and driven by her determination to protect it, Colleen McCrory's dream is to preserve 12% of Canada's land base as wilderness.
And I'd like to leave by saying there is a lot of hope, and we have to do it for our children. Thank you very much.
For outstanding environmental achievement in North America, a 1992 Goldman Environmental Prize is awarded to Colleen McCrory of New Denver, British Columbia, Canada.